for surgery to, again...
At least he's got a good sense of humor.
Right before being put under for the surgery, told his surgeons, well, I hope you're all Republicans. This guy was like the country's grandpa, man.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out testing the shooting of Ronald Reagan, uploaded by Brandon Herrera here on YouTube. Yes guys, this was uploaded about 5 days ago as of the time of recording this video, and I have to say right off the bat, I don't know a whole lot about Ronald Reagan. You know, this was kind of before my time. I know he got shot, of course, but I don't exactly know the exact circumstances of it. We did check out the JFK magic bullet theory, uploaded by Herrera about a month ago now at this point, and he did a really good job of explaining the incident, the circumstance, you know, his personal belief, what he thinks happened, and I have to say he did a really great job of it. So I'm assuming this is going to be much like that video where he's going to give us kind of the rundown what happened, and you know, I'm interested to learn a little bit more about the situation, the incident, I guess I should say, and yeah, I mean, just educate myself a little bit. You know, I'm Canadian, I don't really know much about this time period, and again, Herrera does a fantastic job. His recreations are very good, I must say. You know, and he has his own humor, he incorporates into it, he does a great job of it. So I have to say, I'm excited to check this one out. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the video, of course, leave a like, subscribe for more content from me, of course, leave your recommendations down in the comments below. And without any further delay, we're liked up, captions on, quality's already 1440p, we're good to go, full screen. And without any further delay, guys, let's get it. The catcher in the rye.
I know what we're gonna do today.
Holy shit.
U.S. President Ronald Reagan is widely regarded as one of the most influential presidents in the last century. The reason that your dad still has that Reagan Bush shirt in the back of his closet. Spoiler alert, it wasn't for the Bush part. But on March 30th of 1981, John Hinckley lay in wait in front of the Hilton, D.C. hotel with the intent of ending the life of Ronald Reagan.
Jeez.
The weapon in question, a very bizarre...
I had no idea it was like just like straight up televised like that too. That's crazy. I guess it makes sense in the 80s, right? But I've never seen any footage of that time period. Maybe I gotta look some of that up, educate myself a little bit. Jeez.
The weapon in question, a very bizarre little .22 revolver. Today we are going to be recreating this historic assassination attempt, as well as getting into some of the more interesting details.
Did it with a .22 revolver.
Questionable motivation behind it. Of course, incorporating some trademark dark humor.
Of course.
Now,
I have to say that is like that is a sexy little .22. I have to say, like that looks like a decent firearm, I must say. But at the same time, only a .22. You know what I mean? And I'm not even trying to, you know, say anything. But like, you know, if you're gonna try to assassinate someone, you know, using a .22, really? I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, you know, advocating for anything, but holy shit, you know, that's pretty brazen, you know? Like, he was going, like, damn near point blank, I'm assuming.
The weapon used in this particular assassination attempt was the German-made RG-14.
Kind of crazy how, like, and I'm just gonna talk about this, like, crazy. Like, I'm just thinking, like, a .22 revolver like that, like, he would have had to been really close, and it looked like it was public. There was a lot of cops, a lot of people around. Was shit just more lax back then? Like, I don't understand. Like, you would think that, like, police would have, like, seen that, or, like, you know, there would have been some sort of presence stopping that from happening. Like, for somebody to be able to shoot somebody with a .22 accurately. I don't know. Maybe I just need to educate myself some more. I definitely do.
Particular assassination attempt was the German-made RG-14S. This is a .22 caliber 6-shot revolver. Also an incredibly questionable weapon for an attempted assassination, but
yeah, exactly.
For details we will get into later, the guy did not seem to be exactly in a
exactly what I'm saying.
We're gonna shoot this real quick just to demonstrate it, but I cannot impart to you how much this feels like a toy. Not particularly well constructed, feels just
kind of looks like a cap gun almost, but it looks
apparently was
really
bought for $29 back in the day. Of course, that was in 1981 dollars because the U.S. continues to devalue.
Listen, it's probably shitty and cheap, but like, I gotta say, like, I mean, it looks fucking all right. You know what I mean? Like, that looks like a fun little toy. You know, I'd shoot that. You know,
dollars back in the day.
Looks like
of course
fun to plink around with.
$1 because the U.S. continues to devalue our currency at an alarming rate. Let's shoot it. So to load this particular revolver, normally on this side you would have some sort of lever that would then allow the cylinder to swing outward. Here on this one, you just pull this plunger out.
Oh.
And that just entirely comes free. Stick that in your fucking pocket, I guess. And then this allows the cylinder to swing outward, where you can then load the gun.
Weird.
22 caliber rounds here. Of course, you can swing that back, take the rod, insert it back into the gun.
The loading mechanism is very weird.
Jodie Foster. We're going to demonstrate it on the steel plate real quick. Despite having owned this for some time in anticipation of this video, I've actually never fired this gun. So we're about to see just how accurate this can be. I'm the taxi driver, baby. 3, 2, 1.
Hit dirt on that second shot. There you go.
3 out of 4. Not too bad. Now, another thing that I have just put together that makes a little bit of sense is that this rod can now be used, since there's no ejector of any kind, getting these rounds out.
Push the bullets
this
out.
Rod, I'm assuming,
suspend casings
to be used
bullets
to help punch out the empty casings. Which actually, now that I look at it, makes a great deal of sense. I love it when I figure shit out in real time.
It's just weird how it comes loose, I guess, like that, but it makes sense.
Myself.
Clever design,
I have
but
an announcement that I think is pretty cool.
Feels easy to
buddy
lose.
Nick, the fat electrician, is no longer special because yours truly has officially been added as a commander in World of Warships.
Whoa.
Hang in there, guys. Help is on the way.
Suck on it, nerd. That's right. From now until December 31st, World of Warships is teaming up with me, putting me in the game with custom voice lines and
Holy
special
shit.
bonuses.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
And I will
Oh
say
my
they
God.
did have a little bit of fun with the voice lines. I had a good time. We'll see how much of that they kept, or how much their legal department allowed them to keep. But new players can use the invite code AKAdmiral. And that gives you a badass starter pack with me as your commander. And this is a nice touch. You also get the USS Texas with Lone Star Permaflage.
What
AK
the hell?
Flag,
That's awesome.
250 doubloons, 7 days of premier access, 1.5 million credits, and 1 port slot after 11 battles. You guys know me. All about that port slot. Now, if you're an existing player and you want to add me as a commander, don't worry, you can always just click the link down in the description and start the mission. Honestly, this was just kind of a cool collaboration, so I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I can't wait to go download it and play with myself.
Whoa.
Anyhow, check it out using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. Appreciate World of Warships. And of course,
And I have to say too, go use his code, guys. If you play World of Warships, that's awesome that he's in that too now. Like, wow, like, yeah, we saw Nick was in it. Damn, now he's got his own cameo in World of Warships. Good for them. Good for them. That's fucking awesome to see, man. And it's cool that he's got like his own voice lines. He's got some like voice acting going on for that game too. That's sick, man. Wow.
Anyhow, check it out using the
Good
links
for
in the
him.
description
Good for
and
him.
in the pinned comment. Appreciate World of Warships. And of course, as always, if you ever wanted to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, I recommend
Of course,
check out
SDI.
SDI.edu. Links
Of course,
for that are
of course.
again down in the description in the pinned comment. We appreciate them. Back to Reagan.
Yeah, 22 LR, well, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to get fucking shot by it.
No.
Not exactly the premier weapon for human-sized targets.
No.
Like I said, John Hinckley Jr. probably not of the best state of mind at the time.
No.
So let's talk a little bit about the motive. You may have remembered in the beginning of this video that I was
Catcher in the Rye.
Catcher in the Rye. One of the most miserable pieces of literature ever.
SD
You might be
Salinger?
thinking, Brandon,
I have to say, I've never heard of that book before. A novel by SD Salinger. I've never heard of that. Somebody let me know a little bit more about this. I'm sure he's going to explain it here, but like, what? Is this book influential? Is this some like radical shit we're about to listen to here?
one of the most miserable pieces of literature ever fucking written. You might be thinking, Brandon, The Catcher in the Rye was actually what John Lennon's assassin was reading that inspired him to, well...
Shoot John Lennon? Really?
Kill John Lennon.
And you'd be right, but it also inspired John Hinckley as well, apparently. This is apparently
Really?
the original piece of media that inspired fucking miserable incels. Speaking of incels, that was the other part of it that's a little bit better known. John Hinckley apparently was trying to shoot the President of the United...
I wonder if he's not talking about what the book contains for a reason, you know what I'm saying, as to not draw attention to it. I'm interested. Maybe I'll go look that up on my own if that's the case, you know, but I'm just curious, like, what is so inspiring? Like, what makes somebody read this fucking book and then go out and shoot somebody or want to kill somebody influential? Like, what makes you want to shoot John Lennon for that? You know what I mean? I had no idea. Like, this book is related, so it's clearly clearly something about this book that fucking, yeah, like inspires these fucking weirdos to go do that shit. Like, I don't understand.
Better known, John Hinckley apparently was trying to shoot the President of the United States at the time, Ronald Reagan, because he was obsessed with the movie Taxi Driver and wanted to impress Jodie Foster, the actress. I'm confident that he did get the attention of Jodie Foster. I am also confident that it was not positive attention. Also, something that doesn't get brought up ever is the fact that Jodie Foster at the time was barely 18 when this assassination attempt took place.
Right.
In the movie Taxi Driver, she was 12 years old, playing a 12-year-old child prostitute. So, there's
Yikes.
that. And if you also had to read The Catcher in the Rye in high school and thought it fucking sucked, go ahead and subscribe. Plus, we do some pretty cool stuff here.
Okay, so it's a book you read in high school. So it can't be that bad, right? Like come on, guys. What's the deets here? Like, what am I missing here? Because he just said you gotta read in high school. I'm confused.
In high school and thought it fucking sucked, go ahead and subscribe. Plus, we do some pretty cool stuff here. Hopefully you guys enjoy that too. Much more than...
We don't have to read that. I've never heard of that book.
Interesting note, not only is John Hinckley still alive, but as of a couple of years ago, he's actually out of prison. I think making him the only living human who's ever shot an American president, and not only survived, but is now walking free. Mental illness was of course cited in the case, which, I mean...
Guess if he's served his sentence.
And if you're wondering what he's up to these days, he's actually got a pretty quiet life of making country music on YouTube. Which, okay, it's a weird world, man. Although he never did get that...
Hold on.
...date with Jodie.
Oh my god, what's going on there? Sorry about that, but what the hell? Dude's making country music on YouTube? What the fuck? That is so strange. He's actually just... I wonder if he's actually got... I almost... I'm gonna look him up after this video. I almost want to see if he's got any fucking like views. I'm curious. My intrigue, like my interest is piqued now. Like surely Herrera must know, like by doing that, by like showing that he's got a YouTube channel. Like now we gotta go like see what that's about. Like what the fuck?
Okay, it's a weird world, man. Although he never
Not
did
we,
get
but
that
I'm personally gonna go like.
I mean,
I gotta scope some shit out. You know what?
I guess there's still time.
That's so fucking crazy.
Mr. Gorbachev, set up that dummy. Sorry about this, Mr. President. Now, another thing that's interesting and worth noting about this assassination attempt is that Reagan was not the only one that was hit. In fact, Hinckley fired all 6 rounds from this little revolver. Okay. A total of 4 people.
Wow.
Reagan, Tom Delahaney, Tim McCarthy, and James Brady. The most grievously wounded amongst them probably being James Brady, who was, of course, shot in the head. His wounds were so severe that media initially reported that he had been killed, to which his surgeon replied, "No one has informed me and the patient." Luckily, James Brady did survive, although 33 years later, when he died, it was deemed a homicide, potentially due to the connection with the gunshot wound he had suffered 33 years prior. Now, if the name Brady hasn't sounded familiar yet, let me fill in the pieces. Brady's wife would go on to lead the Brady Group, which is a gun violence prevention organization that would essentially spearhead several anti-gun bills over the years. In fact, the Brady Bill, as it's referred to, named after, of course, James Brady, is the reason why we have federal mandated background checks in this country and have since the 1990s. Passed in 1993 and is the reason why, since then, every single firearm manufacturer, gun store, gun show, pawn shop, any place you can buy a firearm like that in this country, it is federally mandated that there is a background check done through the NICS system. The next time a gun grabber comes to you and says,
So, let me know your guys' feelings on that. I don't know American gun controls groups, whatever have you. That's news to me. I've never heard of the Brady Group before. But I'm guessing a lot of people fucking disagree with that, you know what I'm saying, in a sense. But, like, a background check, in a sense, does make sense, right? Like, make sure you're on. Make sure you don't have any outstanding history. I think that makes a lot of sense to me, personally. I don't think that's a crazy ask, you know what I mean? Make sure you haven't fucking committed that in another state or something like that. You know, if you're connected to a fucking theft or something over there, why should you be able to buy a gun in this state? That doesn't make any sense to me, right? That's how I mean, maybe I'm thinking of it wrong, but somebody let me know, please. Inform me a little bit here if I'm incorrect.
is a background check done through the NICS system. The next time a gun grabber comes to you and says, we need background checks, remind them that we've had them federally mandated in this country for over 30 fucking years.
Yeah.
And that's technically in no small part due to this guy. So with the documents that we have, we can tell that Reagan was actually shot in the left lung. So he was hit in a rib, which then bounced down into the bottom of his left lung, puncturing his lung. A couple famous lines that came out of that as well, because of course Reagan being the great communicator and very, very well known for his witticisms. One of them being when his wife, Nancy, came to his side, of course after being shot. He said, Nancy, I forgot to duck. The other one he was known for, which is while he was being prepped for surgery to, again...
At least he's got a good sense of humor.
Right before being put under for the surgery, told his surgeons, well, I hope you're all Republicans. This guy was like the country's grandpa, man. All right, attempting to jump the gun on a President Bush in 3, 2, 1. All right, so let's go ahead and look in here.
So I wonder, was it genuinely like that close, like that range too? Like, did he just rush up and just do it? You know what I mean? And in the video they're showing, like, you kind of see the people obviously, but it's hard to kind of get a visual idea of where the shooter is. I know he kind of showed us the map at the beginning, but it's like, just damn, like I almost wish there's more footage. Maybe there is. I need to look it up myself and just inform myself a little bit here. Right
below the rib, as you can see the blood starting to pour out a little bit here. And we see some blood pooling there at the bottom of his left lung, which pretty much, I mean, that's about what it would have been. Just out of curiosity, having to look for an exit. There is in fact no exit wound.
No, with the 22.
The bullet actually stuck behind his left lung though, if you want to come over here to the backside. That right there about, I can actually feel it, is about an inch behind or an inch away from the surface flesh.
Interesting.
There is the 22 round. Just stopped directly in his torso. Now, another detail of this assassination attempt I didn't actually know until I started doing research for this video is that the 22 caliber round that went into Ronald Reagan's body wasn't a direct hit. It actually had skipped off of the hood of the presidential limousine. So it skipped off the metal hood and bounced into his rib, which then deflected into his lung. Now, obviously, I don't have a presidential limousine hood laying around, but I figured it would be cool to try to
And again, just like crazy to hear too, like the weird things that like rounds will do. You know what I mean? Like skipping off, hitting stuff, ricocheting, whatever have you. Damn, you know, just like what a weird, like you can't really replicate that in any good way. You know, there's no real good way to do that. Yeah.
Now, obviously, I don't have a presidential limousine hood laying around, but I figured it would be cool to try to recreate that. So I have a steel plate set up over there next to the dummy, and we're going to attempt to see if we can bounce a 22 up into around the same spot. See if that radically changes anything if the bullet fragments, something that would be a little bit more accurate to what actually happened.
Right,
see if we can get this on a ricochet here. I'm gonna go pretty low. See if I can get it to bounce up. Firing, 3, 2, 1. Oh, damn, that was actually probably the perfect shot. Check this out. So I think that's, according to the diagram, I think that's actually closer. The shot actually deflected, it smacked. I just saw that that's a cracked rib there. That smacked right there and then deflected down into the lung from the rib. Could not have aimed that better. I wish I could take credit for that being purposeful. I just wanted to get close. So right there, you could see where the ballistic gel actually got disrupted, where it smacked the bottom side of that rib and went straight into the bottom of his lung. On the backside, there is no exit that I can see, which means it is actually lodged directly in the lung. Honestly, I thought there was a...
That's pretty accurate.
Maybe there...
Yeah, like that's a really lucky shot, and to get it on the first try. I mean, how many takes were there before this? You know what I mean? No, probably not that many. Probably first try. Damn, very good work on that, I have to say. Like, and again, slows it down enough so that it's now lodged in the lung proper, which is arguably a lot more dangerous. Now you have to obviously do that surgery to remove it from the lung. That's bad, you know, because you're gonna internally bleed, and you know, obviously you got lead in you, right? So yeah, that's grisly, but very good shot, I have to say.
Honestly, there was
good representation.
I thought there was a maybe 30% chance we could even replicate that shot. Never would have thought we would have nailed that on the first try. That is...
Yeah, first try.
I'm glad the cameras are rolling because we couldn't do that again. Honestly, this is an assassination, or I guess assassination attempt is a better way to put it, that I find extremely interesting because it's an inherently political assassination.
So he survives. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Reagan
the motivations
survived.
behind it were basically non-political entirely, but it still had lasting repercussions in American politics, and Ronald Reagan ended up surviving, doing 8 full years as president of the United States and dying a much older man in 2005.
We're reminded of the many traditions of openness and democracy.
I can react into a balloon popping.
America missed me.
Fuck, I mean, I guess technically John Hinckley served his time and went on to pursue his dream as a country music artist. The Catcher in the Rye still has a better KD than you do on Battlefield 6.
Jeez.
Point being is if you're looking for interesting shit that you thought would never happen in real life and would have to be fiction, look no further than a history book. Anyhow, I hope you learned something from this video. This is one of our series that we do on historic assassinations because I find a lot of them very intriguing. Mostly that a lot of people know that they happened, or in instances like this, a lot of people probably don't. But even on the ones you do know about, you don't really know all the details.
Yeah.
Very interesting history, at least to me, and I hope it's interesting to you. I love learning about this stuff, and I love being able to pass that information to you guys. So I just want to say, I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you staying all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers next time. And you better subscribe because we have a really fucking cool video coming out next, and I'm very excited for it, and I don't want to spoil it. That's it.
Damn,
I'm
dude.
out. Thank you.
Awesome. Great video. It's probably gonna be some stuff at the end here. Maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, not this time. Not this time. Oh, not this time. Crazy, crazy. Slacking. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But no, that was a great video. Great to see and very interesting to learn some more about that. Again, I'm not very knowledgeable about American politics. I don't really know a whole lot about them, especially that time period, the 80s. Again, a bit before my time, and it's not a period I guess I've ever learned much about in school or anything like that, or just out of my way by myself, you know. So this is interesting to learn a little bit more details about this. And again, somebody let me know a little bit more about that book. Like what is that? You guys have to read that in school? Like I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to read anything that, to my knowledge, I mean none of the stuff we read in school prompts a shooting, to my knowledge. That's never been the case or happened, you know. So I'm curious what the fuck you guys are reading over there, you know what I mean? Like what's that all about, you know? Just somebody, you know, at least fucking say something about that, because I'm actually genuinely curious, like what the fuck, you know. But without any further delay, this is a great video. Big thank you to all of our members, all of our Hastati, our Triarii, our Principe, Dagenhart, and of course our Praefectus, Hobbit and Fear. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content from me. Leave your recommendations down in the comments below, and yeah, this has been Centurion. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.